We cut to Adam. Adam looked different in this timeline as well. He needed to strike fear into his enemies. So his suit made him a lot taller. He had weapons all over his armor. The weapons were dripping in yellow liquid. You all knew what this meant, as his costume was covered in it. Now, this was very unsanitary, but since he was in heaven, he didn't have to worry about disease, and all of this made him look scarier. That demons were all about fear. They're about being the strongest, being the most powerful, and ruling with fear. However, even them were scared of one thing, the thing that most people were scared of: losing themselves, losing their existence. That is why Adam made sure the exorcists represent death. They represent destruction. They represent the end of demons. Demons would push into heaven, then heaven would push into hell, and they were at this constant struggle. This war has been going on for 10 years. Heaven and hell would go to war every once in a while, but it wouldn't mean the destruction of the entire places. As Adam was sitting down with his strategist Lut would look up at him and say, "Sir, what do we do? It seems like hell's recruited more people." Adam would stand up and say, "Well, we got to do the same thing." "You don't mean we've been given permission?" As then Lut would say, "Yeah, but we can only do it so many times." "Well, they're going to push us back, and we need a proper defense to push them right back. If we can just exhaust them and destroy their cities, there's a chance that they'll surrender for another 10 years peace." Lut would say, "But then, yes, we both know these wars are pointless, but if we lose one bad enough, they won't be pointless anymore. It'll mean the destruction of everything we've built. Remember that, Lut." Lut would nod and say, "Yes, sir." As then they'll go recruiting. By this, they would find people and make them deadly sick with magic, or make them perish in a car accident. Anything to get rid of them so they can go to heaven. They would do this to good people to forcibly recruit them into their ranks, to build up more exorcists. In our timeline, it was just Adam, a male, and the rest of the extras were female. They never really explained that. I don't know why. But in this timeline, male and female were both exorcists, and demons knew how to hurt exorcists, and it seemed like they needed as many men as possible to fill in the line, to fight back against these monsters. As then we cut to Verasa Mayday, as she would knock on the hotel door. As Charlie let her in, she would see Angel. As Verasa Mayday and Angel locked eyes, Angel would say, "Who are you?" "I'm Mayday. I'm a famous succubus here. I lure in thousands of people to hell every year, using their lust, using their desires to ruin their lives and create more soldiers. I am so valuable, I'm one of the few people who are on the front lines, because if we lost me, we would lose a huge chunk of our army. I'm here to teach you the pure power of desire. Val taught you a bit, but he's nothing compared to my power." Angel and Verasa would go out. As Verasa Mayday taught Angel the art of power, the art of luridness, and the art of being damn right cute, he would start to feel a weird aura gape him. As a pink aura felt throughout his body, Angel would say, "What is that?" Verasa Mayday said, "That's the physical manifestation of your powers." "Wait, Val didn't get you there." "He's a terrible teacher. Even he can do that." As then they continued to teach each other things. Angel taught Verasa Mayday a few things, surprisingly. Angel taught her how to fight better, and most importantly, how to act around others, since she had a big ego. As Verasa Mayday and Angel would talk, Angel would say, "So, what's the deal with Val? Most succubus lure people in, right? But he fights people." Verasa Mayday said, "We're running low on soldiers, so we could take anything we can get. Besides, he was an excellent marksman and had a few decent skills on Earth that could be used and modified down here. Me and some others are simply too high profile to risk their lives. If you get good enough at this, you might become like that. You might become a great succubus, just like me, Angel." Angel would say, "Thank you, Verasa." As then they'll both smile at each other. As Angel continued his training, we cut to Serpentius. As Serpentius was building new doomsday weapons, Alistair would walk in on him and say, "Someone wants to see you. He's taking a great interest in your weapons, and he's very powerful. I wouldn't keep him waiting." Serpentius would nod as he would follow Alistair. As he followed Alistair would say, "Serpentius, you have a lot of potential here. When you first got here, I thought you wouldn't be nothing special, just thrown to the wind and destroyed in battle, like so many soldiers here before. But you offer a greatness. Tell me, with all these steampunk buildings and things, could you build something to destroy an angelic shield? Serpentis would say, I could. Why? We could use magic to do it, but we would always be detected. If you can build cannons, you could destroy a wall and allow us to invade heaven. As then Serpentis would walk with Alistair until he met Lucifer himself. He would stare straight at Serpentis and say, so, you're the one impressed Alistair. Alistair isn't impressed easy. That being said, I'm shocked. I don't sense much great power or potential from you. However, he says that makes up for it because of your mind. Your mind easily surpasses any potential that power can take. Can you show me? Serpentis would nod as he would show him his makeshift cannons. They were so out of date, so old. But that's what made them good. Since they were so old and out of date, heaven wouldn't be able to detect them with their new magical power that detected the latest date weapons. They would use their techniques against them, using their magic to detect great weapons against them by making weapons that weren't that great. As Lucifer would smile and say, very good. I want you to continue making these, understood? Serpentis would nod as he continued to make these cannons and even some blimps, as Lucifer would give demons permission to work on it with them. As he would walk out with Alistair, Alistair would say, are you sure about these weapons? They're not the best quality. As then Lucifer would say, that's the point. These angels have the best sense of going after powerful and strong weapons. However, these weapons will just look like old antiques, nothing to be scared of. They'll underestimate it, and I'll fill it with tons of magic to make that extremely powerful. Alistair would say, that's genius. Lucifer would say, I know, I am the king of hell, as they would continue to talk. In our timeline, Lucifer and Alistair hate each other for reasons that aren't really explained why Alistair hates Lucifer. But we do know that in this timeline that Alistair and Lucifer actually are quite fond of each other. And actually, Alistair trained under Lucifer himself. So they had a teacher and student bond here. As Serpentis and Angel kept on learning and becoming stronger and stronger, they know the fight for their lives were about to happen as we cut with Adam. As Adam has been gathering more soldiers, he began to train them. He'll prepare to attack the hotel within a week. You see, heaven was about to get pushed out of hell, and hell is about to invade heaven. They go back and forth a lot. But his plan was to move back all his soldiers and begin to destroy the hotels and all the recruiting methods. This will cripple hell for a long time. Then all he needs to do is defend heaven, and he can push them back and commit terror on them, forcing them to sign a surrender agreement. This would go well. As Adam was preparing his forces, Luke would begin to talk to him and say, do you think we can do it, sir? Our intel says they have some powerful new soldiers. Adam would say, I don't think, I know, Luke. Then begin to laugh, when suddenly he would feel his shoulder be squeezed so tightly it almost broke. As he looked behind him and saw Sarah, Sarah would say, listen, Adam, if you fail us, Adam would say, I'm not going to fail, but if you do, you'll be punished. As she would walk away, Adam would gulp, as then we cut to Nifty. As Nifty was still training under Vox, as Vox would say, Nifty, I think it's time I teach you something, a sacred technique, a technique that will help you in this war. Nifty would then begin to listen closely, as Vox would teach her how to use her magic. You see, every demon had magic, some was weaker than others, but Nifty was able to use this with their small size, be able to move way faster. As she could move fast, she could jump to Angel, destroying them with her dagger. This will come in handy. This will come in handy a lot. That's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Hope you all enjoyed this video, because I don't know how I did. I kind of miss making series videos, so I hope this series does well. After this, I have another series planned. And yeah, depending on how well these two do, I might continue them, or I might just go back to one-shot what ifs. It's, by one shot, I mean just like a video by itself. It all depends on what you guys like and what you enjoy. Either way, I'm so glad to have an audience like you. And I would love to see your ideas in the comments below, like always. Also, I want to see, how you're doing today down in the comments below, because different people, are doing different in this days. Today, I'm enjoying my Sunday. This is a nice, lazy Sunday. Now, by the time I upload this, it'll be Monday. but I make it like in a day in advance. Like all my videos are made and then uploaded the next day. So like it's Sunday, it's Monday for you guys, but for me it's Sunday. Today was a nice lazy Sunday. I really enjoyed it. Just chilling, enjoying myself, The day before that, I walked out of the house, got some ice cream, and then that's pretty much it. But, it's the weekend. I have a right to be lazy. I like having a nice, lazy weekend. You know what I mean? We all have stuff we got to do. We all live our lives. We all have things coming and going. But overall, I'm glad I have a channel. And, yeah, my channel and my job kind of keep me going. Kind of give me something to do, which is nice. I think the whole point of life is trying to be productive while trying to have fun at the same time and trying to equal that out overall, which can be hard sometimes, but yeah. Especially if you have a family. I don't know. I can't imagine what that's like. I hear all the time people having families and stuff, and I guess that's like the whole point of life is like, that you have offspring, but like, that sucks. That sounds awful. But maybe I'm just a young guy who has no idea what I'm talking about. I mean, that's true. I am young and I have no idea about the world. And having kids could probably be very amazing. But yeah, I wonder if I'll ever have them in the future. Probably not. But hey, you never know. A lot of people say never have kids, end up having kids. So wish me luck. Also, love you all. Thank you so much for watching. You mean the world to me. Peace out.